Hi, my name is Ajay Bhutani. I am the CEO and co-founder of Barcode India Limited, now popularly known as BCI. The definition of supply chain, what was 5 years or 10 years ago, is very different from today. How we would view it, how businesses would view it, how the nations would view supply chain 5 years ago is very different from today. And what we hear more about supply chain today is about predictability, it's about quality, it's about reliability. And in our view, supply chain is not just limited to distribution, receiving of goods or reaching the goods to your customers, but today supply chain includes manufacturing. Supply chain quality has become a very important part of supply chain, because if you don't produce right, if you don't produce it in time, and if you don't get it to the right person at the right time and of the right quality, you can be sure the goods will come back. Supply chain gaining importance in the recent is not just because of what we saw in COVID. It was something which was coming, but of course, with COVID coming in, it did give a kind of a momentum, it did give a kind of a focus in all areas, whether it is the business leaders, whether it is the national leaders, to look at supply chain very differently today. Supply chain today is about companies, whether they can survive, grow, or prosper is going to depend a lot of supply chain. It has a very special importance in the pharmaceutical industry, in the healthcare industry, because here what we are talking about response to a certain need, which is on which the life depends. And when I say response, it's not about only getting the right goods, it is also getting the right quality of medicines to the people at the right time. Supply chains today have become extremely complex. The good part, of course, at one end, there's a lot of innovation happening on the technology front. We are using more and more technology to address the complex problems of supply chain today. I'm sure most of you would have heard about IoT. IoT is playing a very strong role in terms of finding solutions to the complexity of the supply chains. Now, when I talk about IoT, it's about knowing the right condition of your goods, whether it is in storage or in distribution. It's providing visibility of the movement. It is providing visibility of the production and the manufacturing. And it is also helping you drive efficiency and productivity. I would like to talk a little bit about challenges and opportunities in healthcare. Let me first talk about the opportunities. India is now becoming a hub for manufacturing of pharmaceutical drugs. And especially, there's a lot of investment that's happening on the API. India is becoming the pharmacy to the world. We are now started exporting to almost all countries. And then there's a lot of demand that's coming from all these countries, which was previously being fulfilled by probably some other countries and neighboring countries. Now, that's a large opportunity that we have. There is a huge amount of investment being done by pharmaceutical drug manufacturers setting up their new plants, whether in the formulations or in the API or in the generic drugs. However, this does pose challenges as well. The largest challenge in the pharmaceutical industry has been to produce consistent quality. And for consistent quality, there is a serious amount of investment that's required on the tech front. And it takes time. And it's not about just putting a technology in a manufacturing space. It is a cultural shift. The culture of bringing about quality and culture of bringing about consistent quality over a period of time for every tablet, which is one, you may be producing millions of tablets, injectables, and so on and so forth. The consistency of quality that you need to maintain is extremely high, because we are playing with lives. You take a medicine, you could be saved or you may not be saved, but you cannot have a medicine which is going to kill you. So that's a huge challenge. However, what I notice is, as far as the large pharma companies within the country, they have evolved over a period of time, and their ability to scale and to be able to encash on the opportunity or seize the opportunity of growth that we have is far higher than the mid and the small size. And that's where the bigger challenges lie. A, their ability to invest into technology in the mid and the small size, and B, on one side they have the temptation of growth, on the other side to maintain the quality that they need to maintain is the biggest challenge perhaps today the industry is facing. Being from a modest business family and my flair and excitements towards tech, set up this company called Barcode India Limited in 1995, and as the name would suggest it was about barcoding, and at that time it was only the retailers who would actually do barcoding. However, very soon we realized barcoding is nothing but a data collection technology, and data can do a lot. To grow the market, it was evident that we needed to understand the problems of the customers and have the ability to craft a solution and then implement and support them. The largest place we realized which had a need and which had a serious problem, given the fact the markets were opening up, medical industry, the pharmaceutical drug manufacturing companies were looking at the US market, we realized there was a great opportunity for us. Very early, almost about 2 decades ago, we started engaging with some of the large, who've become some of the largest now in the country in the pharmaceutical industry, which gave us a very huge and deep domain experience and understanding of the complete supply chain. And when I say supply chain, I don't limit myself only to receiving and distribution of goods. I include in my own mind and as a vision of BCI, manufacturing as a very strong and an important part of supply chain. We developed solutions around good manufacturing practices, which included software, hardware, and now recently, almost about 3 years ago, we invested into IoT solutions where we have our own sensors and a platform and address the complete supply chain, including condition monitoring of the drugs which are being distributed, or for that matter the vaccines, the temperature, the location, the quality, the complete condition monitoring of the products that reach the consumer or a patient. Given our 2 decades of domain experience, we launched last year a product which is a software suite which addresses the complete receiving of raw materials to the dispatch of materials, including the manufacturing and good practices, keeping an audit trail. This product, as we named as Farm Vision, helps the customers increasing their ability to have consistent quality and efficiency, and being able to address also the FDA guidelines in terms of audit and so on and so forth. This is receiving a tremendous response from the industry. It's easy to implement, it's out-of-box solution, and the business model that we've created is, like I talked earlier, will be affordable by the small and the medium-sized industries, besides of course the large industries as well. Our mission at BCI is to unlock excellence by driving efficiency and quality and also sustainability in supply chain. We cannot do that unless we continue to innovate. Our DNA at BCI has always been to innovate. For a mid-sized company of our revenues, we spend close to about 4% of our revenues in research and development and innovation. We set up an innovation center in Pune 4 years ago to develop IoT, RFID and platform for the organization. We recently commercially launched our complete suite of IoT solutions, and we are seeing a great response from the country. Going forward, we shall continue to innovate. We shall continue to provide solutions. Business world is very dynamically changing. We shall continue to be agile and sensitive to our customers' needs and continue to build solutions to be able to address and solve their problems.